Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to kick your English skills up a notch. We'll be looking at a couple of key ways to talk about ability and permission, moving way beyond the basics you already know. So, you ready to dive in? So, think about it, we all use the word can, pretty much constantly, right? I can do this, I can't do that. But what if I told you there's another way to say the exact same thing? A way that's often more flexible and sometimes a bit more formal. Let's find out what it is. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with a new way to say can, then we'll see how to build sentences and ask questions with it. After that, we'll switch over to the polite form may, and finally, we'll do a quick check to make sure it all sticks. Okay, first up, let's add a brand new tool to your English toolkit. We're going to look at a really powerful alternative for talking about your abilities, something that goes way beyond just using the word can. So, what's the big deal here? Well, at its core, it's actually pretty simple. The phrase be able to means the exact same thing as can. It just talks about ability. But, and this is a big but, it's way more flexible. For instance, you can't really say, I can learn guitar, right? It sounds weird. But you can say, I will be able to learn guitar. See? It unlocks all these other tenses for you. And just look at how cleanly they swap out for each other in the present tense. I can play the piano just becomes I am able to play the piano. And for the negative, Unmi can't play the piano turns into Unmi isn't able to play the piano. It's a perfect one-for-one switch. So easy. Okay, so we know what it means, but how do we actually, build our own sentences with it? Let's break down how to put it all together. And this just shows you if you know how to use the verb to be with contractions like I'm, he's, and you're, then you've pretty much got this down already. For a positive statement, you'd say you're able to swim. For a negative one, you could say he isn't able to swim or you aren't able to swim. It follows the exact same rules you already know. Now that we're making statements like pros, the next logical step is to figure out how to ask questions about what other people are able to do. And honestly, it could not be easier. Just look at this. It's a simple two-step process. You start with your basic sentence. He is able to play tennis. Then you just take that be verb, in this case is, and you just pop it right at the beginning. And boom, is he able to play tennis? You've got a perfect question. Awesome. Now let's switch gears just a little bit. We've covered ability, so let's move on to politeness and asking for things. And this is where the word may is going to be your best friend. So here's the deal with may. It just adds this layer of formality and respect. I mean, sure, you'll hear can I help you all the time, and that's fine. But saying may I help you? Well, it's just a simple swap that makes you sound that much more polite, especially if you're in a more formal setting. And here we have 3 perfect examples of its main uses. When you're asking for permission, may I eat this? When you're making an offer to help someone, may I help you? And when you're making a request, may I have some more food? These are 3 super common situations where may just works perfectly. Okay, you've seen the ideas, you've seen the examples, now it's your turn. Let's do a quick check to make sure these new skills are locked in and ready to go. You got this? Okay, first one. Have a look at this sentence. Masaki can't speak Spanish. How would you say that using our new phrase, be able to? I'll give you a second to think about it. How'd you do? The answer is, Masaki isn't able to speak Spanish. We just swap out can't for the right negative form, isn't able to. Nice one. All right, let's try another one, this time with a question. How would you change can Doug sing into the be able to form? Just think back to that rule we just covered. And there it is. The answer is Doug able to sing? Remember, we just take that be verb, is, and move it right to the front of the sentence to make it a question. Fantastic work. So, there you have it. You're now able to use these fantastic new tools in your English conversations. So my last question for you is this. What's one new thing you were able to say about yourself now? Think about it, and try to use either be able to or may sometime today. Thanks so much for joining me.